Welcome back! I'm Roy with Rugged Badger Racing and Team Parts Badger. This is our Ecotec swap Miata that we race in ChampCar. This is our F-Class Miata that we are getting prepared for next season. This video is going to be about my favorite topic, brakes, in particular, our experience with the EBC SR21 and SR11 pads, which we now have over 30 hours of track time. This is our review. Now, if you've been following the channel, you know I love brakes, and we got some big ones on our Ecotec swap Miata. Here we have our 11.75 inch rotor, that's by 0.81 inches with an AFCO caliper using the Superlite brake pad. Not only do we have that in the front, we also have that in the rear of the car. In this case, we are using a Wilwood caliper. This is a fairly new setup, and the reason we did this is for pad life. Now, for endurance racing, brake pads are really important. You want those brake pads to not only last until the end of the race, but you want to have a good modulation, a good feel overall. And we had been having a lot of issues, not only with some of the pad feel that was out there, but also issues with pad wear. We could not get brake pads to last. Let me break down where we're at with the SR11 and SR21s. Now, let me talk about what we've done since we put the pads in the car. We raced at Grid Life, where we got an hour and 20 minutes of overall track time, not that much. But then we followed that up with another ChampCar race at Road America, where we got 15 hours of total track time between the test day 1, and day 2. And then we got another 15 hours at VIR North Course, again with the ChampCar Endurance Series. We have a lot of hours, north of 30 hours on these pads. Now, in my previous video, when I talked about what I thought the life of these pads could be after the Grid Life race, I was ballparking somewhere in the 20-hour range. I was not expecting that we would go north of 30 hours. Let's look at how much pad we actually have left. So here they are. This pad has over 30 hours of overall track time. This is our right front. This is our left front. Now, you'll notice we do have taper in this pad. That is because we are running symmetric pistons. I believe because these are lasting so long on the symmetric pistons, we're really getting quite a bit of taper. Now, we did have taper on the other pads. This is a set of Hawk DTC 30 pads, which were some of the best pads that we had tested prior to the SR21s. With these pads, we were able to get about 13 hours. Now, if you remember the DTC 50 pad, we had about 7 hours, and we also ran the Wilwood BP40 pad. That only lasted 7 hours in the front as well, with the identical brake setup. So the SR21 is definitely outlasting it. For reference, here is a brand new set of pads, and you can see there's quite a bit left here. And if you look at the rears have the SR11 compound, and there's virtually no wear on the rear at all. And I can assure you, the rear brakes were working because we were playing with bias, and the car was a little bit rear biased. Now, that certainly could help some of the front wear, but these rear pads did not wear at all. These pads right here, they have 30 hours of track time. It's pretty unbelievable how well these pads are lasting overall. Let's get some measurements. Now, when we measured these pads originally, when we put them on the car, we had 0.59 inches of pad material. So I have my caliper here. Let's get some measurements on these pads. Zero this. So we're at 0. Now, on the big side of the pad, we're right around 440. So 0.44 inches of pad material left. On the low side, right around 340 as well. So I got these dimensions down here. Let's check the other pads and see if they match as well. So we want to see if we have 440. This one actually has 480. 480 and 330. Check the left side. 370, 455, 525 on this one to 315. So looking at these measurements here, we have an initial pad of 590 across the board. So even on the low side of this, you're only looking at 150 thousandths overall pad wear on the low side. Let's see, 250. So that's still more than half of the pad life left on the low side of all of these, except, let's see here, except maybe these two. Let's do some math here. 0.260 of wear. So yeah, less than 50% pad wear, even on our worst pad, after 31.33 hours of track time. That is really impressive. Now let's check the rears. Now I'm not expecting to see much wear at all. Remember, we started at 590, 520, roughly 517, 580. So definitely a taper issue in the rear as well. This is 5 even, a little bit high fours, I would say. 563 on this one. 571, 497, 555, and half an inch roughly. So you're talking about, at worst, we have about 1/6 of the overall pad wear. So figure we can at least go another 90 hours on the rear. Now on the fronts, as the pad wears down, you're definitely going to wear the pad faster. So you can't really compare apples to apples. It's not a linear ratio. So I've been saying a lot of great things about these pads, so it's probably a good time to disclose. EBC actually sent me these brake pads. Now EBC, like it's a big corporation, it's actually a Miata guy who saw the videos, liked it. As you know, I have like 500 followers. I don't necessarily have a big following. This isn't something by their marketing department. I think he just saw I was having problems with brake and sent me some of these pads. Now this is a really honest review. I gotta say, I really love this pad. It's great that he sent me some free pads, but holy cow, this thing really stands on its own merits. Let me tell you a little bit about the brake feel. Now I have to say, prior to this, I was running the Weve ST43, and I was a really big fan. One of the reasons was the overall pad wear lasting a long time. Obviously, I like that. But I'd have to say, as I began to switch over to other compounds, I really liked modulation on pretty much every other pad a bit better. But I have to say the SR21s have to be one of the best pads for modulation. Now, as I get into the brake zone, if I begin to lock up, what I'm able to do is just let up on the pedal, the tire grabs, and I can re-brake, and it doesn't kind of have that squishy feel or that bite feel where you really have to let up a lot to get that tire to start rotating again, and it really works from a modulation perspective. And one of the reasons that I found out why is because the SR stands for Sintered Racing, so it's a sintered pad, which apparently is a much different process and technology used to manufacture the pad versus the other pads. Where the other pads are compressed together, I believe they use some sort of binding agent or chemical or something like that. That's one of the reasons why those pads needed to be bedded, not only because of the surface transfer on the rotor, but you have to get heat in the pad so those compounds can off gas or bond or do something, but that isn't the case with the sintered pad. What's better about the sintered pad as well is the density of that pad. So it's a much denser pad and it doesn't compress. And if you think about that, when you think about modulation, you want that nice stiff pad so that all my pedal isn't compressing the pad. It's putting that all into the stopping force on the rotor itself. And as soon as I let up, that force comes off. It's not like a spring where it stays spring loaded. And I think that's why the SR21 is so good at modulation overall. So I'd have to say, as far as overall feel, definitely one of my favorite pads. Now, like I said, I'm not some corporate shill. My endorsement can't be bought just by sending me free parts. I'm not just gonna make a bunch of videos and promote your product online, all because you're sending me free stuff, like hats and stickers and parts. But seriously, I really do love these brake pads. And I gotta say, if you're a racer, especially an endurance racer, but also just because of the feel of this pad, even the sprint racers, club racers, I would really look at the EBC SR21s. Now, I don't actually know where to buy this pad, but I'll figure that out. I'll put a link in the description so you can go to that and then check them out. I really think at a minimum, it's worth a shot to try out this pad. It might be your new favorite too. Thanks for watching, and if you like this content, please remember to like and subscribe below.